Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the Playful Life. I am Crystal, your host, the Playful Trainer. Thanks for joining me today. As you can tell, I'm not in my studio, I'm in my kitchen. And my house is very old. I know I've told you this before when I've done my workout videos. My house is about 100 years old. So my kitchen is also very old and very small. So I don't have a huge space. I can kind of show you around a little bit. So here is, sort of my workspace. Don't have a whole lot here. And then you can see that I have a New Wave air fryer, which I absolutely love using. My microwave, and then I've had to use my stove as part of my prep area because, again, I don't have a lot of space, but that's okay. We work with what we got, and we can still make really healthy and yummy things. So today I am making a breakfast food. I figured it's 8 in the morning. I might as well make breakfast. So I've got my eggs cracked already. So I'm making sort of like a crustless, is that a word? It's a quiche, a little mini quiche without a crust. So it's been a while since I've done this, but I think I remember what I'm doing. So I'll post the recipe later just in case something doesn't turn out. So I've got here 6 eggs. So I am going to use a small tin. You can see here the kind of the mini cupcakes, mini cupcake tins. I just like them bite size. So I've done this in the bigger cupcake, like the actual cupcake size tins before, and that's good too. This is just sort of like you could use this as an hors d'oeuvre at a party, or you can just put several of them on your plate as a breakfast. So I'm going to start with the eggs. So again, I've got 6 eggs here. So I'm going to wait to season them until I break the yolks up, because when you cook eggs, I guess you want the yolks to be slightly cooked or broken before you season them, because it helps them absorb the salt or the pepper. So I've got just a fork. I'm just using a fork. I'm just kind of mixing the eggs. Disclaimer, I'm not a professional chef, and I've really never taken a cooking class, so just doing the best I can. All right, so I'm gonna put that to the side for a second. Hopefully my fork doesn't get lost in there. I'm sure it will. Okay, so again, not a lot of room. I'm going over here to put my eggs down. Okay, so I am going to chop some spinach, and I've got again, I get all my ingredients at Aldi. So I've got spinach here, and I don't know what you'd say, that's maybe about 2 cups. 2 cups uncooked, or 2 cups raw. So put away my knife and the thing. Let's see. A knife that won't cut me and be dangerous. Okay, got it. All right, so yeah, so I like to do protein in the morning for breakfast. So there's a lot of discussion, if you will, now about breakfast foods, and right, we've been told for the longest time, the food pyramid tells us that we need to eat a lot of grains, a lot of carbohydrates, and reduce the amount of red meat and meats that we eat. And guys, I break off the stems to my spinach. I don't know. I don't like the stems and things. My husband thinks I'm nuts, but if I see them, like a whole stem that I chop off, I just get rid of it. So, but now, we're finding that it's really important to prioritize protein in your diet and to, control the amount of carbohydrates that we're eating. And one of the misconceptions really that's been advertised to us over the years is that we eat carbohydrates in the morning for breakfast. So, a waffle or toast or, pancakes, French toast, cereal, oatmeal, all those things are so packed with carbohydrates. So, what they're finding is that when you eat a high carbohydrate meal in the morning, you're pretty much setting yourself up to just have food cravings all day. So once your brain has that sugar, you start releasing insulin into your body to, of course, allow your cells to use the carbohydrates and the sugar from the meal that you ate. So you essentially start flooding your system with insulin early in the morning, and then it makes it very difficult for you to burn any of your own fat stores throughout the day. So I'll get into the science of this at a later time, but just remember that you want to eat protein in the morning. So if you don't have a lot of time to cook something, this is a great thing that you can prep the night before, the day before, and kind of just have them in your fridge so that you could just pop them in the microwave or in your air fryer and just be ready to go in the morning. Otherwise, maybe you want to consider like a protein supplement, like a shake or something like that in the morning. That can be really good to give you a protein-packed breakfast and reduce the amount of carbohydrates that you are eating in the morning. So I've got just talking to you all, and I chopped my spinach there. So I am actually going to go ahead and add this to my eggs right now. Okay, got it here. Add that in. I haven't washed my fork in there yet. All right, well, I guess the good thing about cooking in a small kitchen is that everything is just right here. I don't have to go very far. I don't get very many steps in when I'm cooking. Okay, so I'm just kind of mixing this up, and I like to use a lot of spinach. And a lot of times what looks like a lot of spinach raw is actually not that much once you cook it up, because it kind of shrinks and doesn't take up as much space after it cooks. So spinach is great, packed with vitamins, got a lot of iron. So if you're anemic, it's great to eat spinach in the morning. Just really helps sustain you and give you that good iron in your bloodstream. And it's also good because iron needs vitamin C to get processed and absorbed in your body, and spinach actually does have some vitamin C in it, so it's a complete source of iron. So I am using a half a cup here. I like to use cottage cheese. Some people prefer whole milk or some sort of like cream or something like that. So this is what's going to kind of puff up the eggs and give them that quiche type texture. So I don't use a whole lot, just a half a cup. So I'm just measuring that out there. And again, I use the whole fat cottage cheese, 4%. You got to watch with things that say they're low fat or no fat or reduced fat. What's important about that is you want to check the label and see what the carbohydrates are. So the higher the fat content, typically the lower the carbohydrate content. So 4 grams of carbohydrates per half a cup. So there's 4 grams of carbohydrates in this whole thing, and we're using this throughout the whole recipe. So again, staying on a low carb thing, cottage cheese is a great way to go. All right, so I am going to dump my cottage cheese in here. Guys, I apologize if I have like chef friends and they're like, what are you doing? Why are you using a fork for this? I don't know. I make it up as I go. I don't have to be perfect. So I'm just mixing it up in there. Tiny circles, just like you'd beat an egg. Mix it up in there. And you might be like, cottage cheese, don't you have all those curds and stuff in it? But when you cook it, those curds melt and they kind of just get really airy and fluffy. All right, so the last thing I am going to add in before my seasoning is some ham. So I've just got some chopped ham. I'm using lunch meat because it's all I had in the house, but you can use Canadian bacon. You can use bacon if you want, turkey bacon. So I just like a little bit extra. It's just a little something that gives it a little extra flavor and texture. So I chopped that ahead of time. I spared you the chopping on the ham. All right, all in there. It's not very green of me, but I like to sometimes use paper plates to chop. Just like helps me to have less cleanup because I just throw it away. Okay, so we're just mixing up the ham in there. And the good thing about this too is that because we are using the small cupcake tin, it actually doesn't take that long to cook at all. Just really a few minutes. Okay, here's the fun part. And this is the part that I'm always like, try different things yourself. So I always eyeball my seasoning. Guys, like when I follow recipes, I never get out a tablespoon or teaspoon and measure anything out unless I'm baking, of course, like a pie or something. So I've got just some black pepper in a grinder. And again, I get this at Aldi, almost out. So I just give it, maybe about 10 or so, 7 to 10 grinds in there. Love black pepper. Okay, this is my Himalayan pink sea salt, which they did start carrying at Aldi. I used to have to go all the way to Trader Joe's to get this, but then Aldi started carrying it. So, yay, Aldi. All right, again, salt, unless you've got high blood pressure, I would say salt in the morning is important because it starts your adrenal, or it supports your adrenal function. So if you, tend to get dehydrated during the day, or you realize that you lack some energy after you eat breakfast, you might want to add some extra salt into what you're doing. And the pink Himalayan sea salt is really good for regulating blood pressure for people who tend to have blood pressure problems. I tend to have low blood pressure generally, so I do add a little extra salt to things. And I still feel like stuff isn't really that salty. So, just kind of play around with that a little bit. And the last thing I'm going to add in is oregano leaves, which just like, I don't know, every time I smell oregano, I like immediately think of pizza. So now I'm going to just be a little bit cautious with this because look at these holes. My gosh, this stuff just like pours out of here. So just a few shakes. Again, I don't know, a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, I don't know. I blame my mom for that. When my mom cooks, she doesn't really measure out her seasoning either. So, and her stuff's always really, really good. So I just learned from her. Okay. So I'm just mixing this all up real good, like. Okay, perfect. So I'm ditching the fork. And I am going to get my cake tin because we're almost ready to put these in here. And I should have probably mentioned, but I have my oven preheating at 350. So I started the oven, maybe about 5 minutes before I started this broadcast. So, about 10 minutes or so on the preheat. Usually when I preheat stuff, I'm just like, I'm just going to turn the oven on before I start prepping. So I don't really time that either. Oh, guys, I'm just kind of winging it. All right. I'm going to use an ice cream scooper for this because I feel like the ice cream scooper gives me just about the perfect amount in each tin. So again, I have the cupcake tin here, and I did spray it with a butter spray just so it won't stick, because that's a pain if it sticks. Get this out of the way. Okay. Here we go. And I honestly don't know if this will make 12, but I think it will. I've got 6 eggs. I've got 6 eggs. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I might even have some left over. These are really great size. Oh. So I'm just taking my ice cream scooper. Right? Who says it's just for ice cream? That's silly. to make a mess while I do this. All right. Kind of give you the bird's eye view after I'm done here. I'm just basically filling all the way to the top, and these might puff up just a little bit, but probably not all that much. So it's okay if you're going all the way to the top with these. Okay. Oh, hey, Annette. Hi. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Aldi and Trader Joe are owned by the same people, which is probably why Aldi has so many awesome things now. Thanks for watching. I see. Oh, hi, Ron. Ron's on here. Yeah, this is a good time to mention some of our sponsors. So thanks, Ron, for reminding me. Humane Indiana. They are a great sponsor here at Ron Harlow Media. Also, I think I've got like a hair bothering me somewhere. Okay, Humane Indiana, thanks for all of their support and sponsorship. Also, the Downtown Hammond Council. Ray and Karen over there are great. And Karen has, of course, It's Just Serendipity, that awesome store. Erin yesterday on the Cheeky Mom, she was with Karen at her store. So I hope you had a chance to watch that. If not, you can catch that on the Ron Harlow Media Facebook. But that was really fun. She was over at her store and they were just having a good time, like looking through stuff, and she was shopping and just showing off some of the really cool stuff that Karen has there. So very, very interesting and different business model for Hammond. So it's really exciting to see what they're doing over there downtown with Hammond, and there's a lot of development that's going on. So we definitely appreciate them. Also, Springer Realty, Jeff Detlow over there at Springer Realty, he's a sponsor here at Ron Harlow Media. Dr. Tori's Dental Shop, of course, a great sponsor. She's my dentist. I think Ron goes to her. So we love you guys over at Dr. Tori's Dental Shop. Theater at the Center, they're also a sponsor here at Ron Harlow Media. I'm just going to pour some of this in here, the last little bits. Theater at the Center, guys, remember to check them out. Definitely give them your support. I know I've talked to a couple of people that are season ticket holders, and just be patient because they're getting stuff together and figuring out how they can get back to their season and how they can get back to bringing you quality shows and everything. So for those of you who don't know, Theater at the Center is not really a community theater. It's a professional theater. So the actors there are equity actors, and they a lot of the actors that do stuff at Theater at the Center are actually doing stuff in Chicago too. So we don't have to go that far in Northwest Indiana to really get the Broadway and Chicago quality. They are connected with that whole network. So really, really awesome that's like right in our backyard. Plus, Vita, my friend over there, she does a lot of special events. So they have concerts and comedy shows and all sorts of awesome things. So of course, I want to send a shout out to Big Frank Sausage. He would probably cringe at some of my cooking styles here. But I should have him on the show to do a cooking demo. That would be really, really fun. So, always check us out here at Ron Harlow Media. We've got lots of cool stuff going on. Ron, of course, is on every day 4 to 6. Erin, the Cheeky Mom, she's on every Wednesday at 10 a.m. And then you can catch me at 8 a.m. on Thursday mornings. Matt Baker also has a show here. Okay, so I'm going to just sort of show you. I'm taking this over to the oven. And I don't think I can like multitask and hold this camera. So I'm going to just take this to the oven, and I will be right back. Setting that on the top shelf there. And again, that is set to 350. So I'm just going to come over and put about 7 minutes on my timer. So I just use my microwave as my timer. Again, people might cringe at that. I don't know. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I usually just tidy up a little bit and put things away while it's cooking. This is a brand new bag of spinach, so ship clipping that up. All right, so I challenge all of my clients to do something, and I thought it would be fun for me to just kind of talk about it while the quiche is in the oven, because this is something that's part of my morning routine and my morning ritual, if you will. So I'm just gonna talk to you about that while those are cooking. So it's a gratitude journal, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I want to really just put this out there for you guys to take this challenge and do these exercises. So I usually do this in the morning. Some people do it at night. Yesterday, somebody asked if they could do it, morning, noon, and night, like 3 times, a day, something they're grateful for. So whatever works for you, obviously, is the best. So in my journal, I write the date at the top, and then three things that I am grateful for. So they could be something that happened the day before, or just something in general, like thankful for a beautiful sunny day to sit outside and enjoy my coffee, or grateful for an opportunity to connect with someone, or grateful for an interaction that happened. I mean, it could be anything, guys. Just get creative. And so the one thing I'm going to say is, like, try to pick a different thing every day. So I mean, obviously there are things that like we're grateful for every day, and you can repeat that as you go along, but at least from the day before, try to think of 3 different things that you're grateful for. And then below that, I do 10 of these statements, but I know at first, sometimes establishing a habit, we don't want to like get bogged down in the details. So just 3 and 3. So after you do your 3 gratitude statements, you're going to do 3 I am statements. And that's basically like just anything that you want to create in your life. So for me, for example, I am competing for Mrs. Indiana America in a month from yesterday. So one of my I am statements sometimes on there is I am Mrs. Indiana. So just something declaring to the universe and to yourself, really, that you're holding yourself accountable to reach a goal. So another one is like, I am traveling to Italy, next spring, right? So this is stuff that I really want to happen and goals that I want to work towards. So I just write it down as if it already, exists, as if it's already a positive statement. It's affirmed in my reality. And the cool thing about this is, Rachel Hollis was actually the first person that I had heard say this. And my friend Tori Cruz, she also does this as well. She really advocates people doing this stuff. So I feel like my life has changed in a way, because I feel like I define, the big goals or the small goals that I'm working towards every day, and it just helps keep me accountable. And that positive, like, affirming of it helps you think like that it's not something that's going to happen way in the future, but it's something that's really attainable now, and something that's possible, inside your realm of existence. So 3 gratitudes and 3 I am statements every day. And there's a couple other things I do in my gratitude journal, but I just want you to try and focus on that. So it doesn't have to be something fancy. It could be a piece of paper, it could be a journal. I'd love to go to Five Below and get the journals there. They have like this like felt covering on them, and they're fun and they're bound, and they have different designs and stuff on there. So when I start to get to the end of my my journal, I make a trip to Five Below. I had one during quarantine, so I wasn't without one. I was glad that I went and purchased one before the quarantine, because I would have been very upset if I couldn't go to Five Below and like pick out my journal. That it's kind of like a thing, kind of like a little outing for me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go there and pick my journal out. So there's all kinds of different ones that you can find. You can get creative. Sometimes when I give them to my clients, I decorate them, and I give them like something to decorate it with, and I'm like, throw stickers on there and draw in there and doodle, and like, this is your place to be creative. And it's basically like your diary, right? But it's only filled with positive things that you're reflecting on the grateful things. And, you know, sometimes the things that we're most grateful for in the long run are things that we thought weren't a blessing at the time, right? They're things that maybe happen and they're frustrating or difficult to get through. And then we realize that, wow, that was a great learning experience, or we really grew from something like that. So, you know, just get creative and try to do it every day, because when we do it every day, we establish a habit. All right, so I'm smelling those cooking up already. I don't know what I could show you. I really want those to cook while I'm here because I want to show you what they look like when I pull them out. So I'm going to go to the comments on Facebook. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Ned, you just wrote your first gratitude. And I am nice. Cool, cool. That's awesome. Good for you. See, all right, establishing a habit already. Cool beans. I love that. Thanks for watching today. Oh, so while I have you here, I will say a few things. Again, remember to check out Erin's show, The Cheeky Mom. She's here on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. And of course, Ron, you can catch him every day, 4 to 6 p.m. I think he is taking a little bit of time off though, so next week. So you might want to tune in today. He's going to be talking about that. And guys, he's just got awesome guests on there. I don't know if you've watched Ron's show. Oh, there is the timer. So guys, he like knows people, you know, from Chicago and New York and California. And Ron was really active in the improv scene, you know, for quite a while. So he knows like comedians and actors and writers and all sorts of really cool people that he gets on his show. Plus, guys, he's just kind of the voice of the region. So if you live in Northwest Indiana, I know I've got viewers all over the world that watch here, but you know, Ron's a great source of information for what's going on in the region, and he really, you know, just kind of keeps it light and keeps it fun, and always has a sense of humor when he approaches that. So really, really fun to check him out. Okay, I am going to check out what's going on in the oven. So always grab an oven mitt, very important, safety first. Ooh, let's see. Oh, okay, so they're kind of going. I think they need a little bit more time. I'm going to put my timer on. Give it about another 7 minutes. Okay. I might check them before 7 minutes. Again, it's totally winging it, guys. But that's just so you can cook healthy, and you don't have to be like, you know, some super trained, well-trained, amazing cook, right? You just have to try. You just have to try different things, and don't be afraid. Like if they don't turn out, they don't turn out. It's not like the end of the world, right? 6 eggs. Eggs are cheap. Let's see. What can I show you inside my world here? Just kind of show you around my kitchen a little bit. Let's see if there's anything fun inside my pantry that I can share with you. Oh, guys, we have so many nuts in our house. So we like live on nuts. That might be why we're both a little bit nuts, Mark and I, but we love nuts. Oh, this is really funny. I want to show you this. This made us laugh so hard. So this bag is ridiculous. I could work out with this bag. Seriously, I could work out with this thing. It is huge. So it is 5.5 pounds. And we were at Costco like a couple weeks ago, and you know, just stocking up for things in the quarantine. And we saw this bag of, it's Bloom bean blend. Okay, so it says it's got beans, peas, and lentils. So we're like, oh, cool. You know, we can make a soup or, you know, whatever, just cook them up. So we were going to use them one day, and thank God Mark read the back of this. Okay, so where does it say? This is so funny. Suggested. No, that's not it. Where does it say about the rocks? Hold on. This is so funny. Basic prep. Oh, here we go. Basic prep. I'm going to show you this. So there's this little disclaimer right here. and I will read it to you because you're going to laugh so hard. So, sort carefully. Place beans on a sheet pan or clean towel. Remove or discard any shriveled or broken beans and any stones or debris. Okay, seriously, stones or debris. Rinse thoroughly in cool water. Soak overnight. I mean, good God, like this is some work here, like total work. Okay, like I get bringing them to a boil. Okay, got all that. But like remove and discard stones and debris. I mean, what is in here? Like we were seriously just going to pour this thing into a bowl and hydrate it with some water. And I would have broke my tooth and had to have gone to Dr. Tori's office to get my teeth fixed because I probably would have ended up eating rocks. I mean, what is the deal? What is the deal, Costco? And we paid like, $8 or something for this bag. So this is crazy. Like they couldn't remove the rocks for me? What in the world? What in the world? And guys, these beans are so hard. Like I'm not even sure if I'm going to know the difference between a rock and a bean. There's like all these different colors. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, there's like, red beans and green peas and black beans and pinto beans and red beans. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know. Okay, so that was funny. That made us chuckle. And I thought I would share that with you. So if you get a giant bag of beans from Costco, take the rocks out before you eat them. Who knew, right? Very weird. What other fun things? Yeah. Oh, Costco is awesome, guys. We get these gigantic bags of nuts. I don't know if you can see these. So we got our almonds, and after I open them, we put them in the fridge. So we've used about half this bag already. And this bag of almonds at Aldi, or sorry, not Aldi, at Costco, it's like 3 pounds of nuts. I think it was like $12, like $12.99 or something. So it's a crazy good deal. That's the one thing like we go to Costco to get because if you just try to go to the regular grocery store and get nuts, oh my gosh, right? It's so expensive, but they're such a good source of healthy fat. So we eat a lot of them, and so it can get really, really pricey. Oh, hi Sasha, good morning. I have like my computer over here so that I can manage the live stream because for StreamYard, I can't manage this from my phone. So this is why I'm looking over here to see the comments. So, oh, Debbie, hi. Oh, we got a lot of people watching this morning. Good morning, just tuning in. Oh, Sasha, I am cooking up eggs, like a kind of like a little mini frittata, like quiche thing that doesn't have any crust. So I don't know. I'm hoping they turn out. I thought they'd be done in 7 minutes, but they weren't. So I'm just killing time. Yeah, they added rocks. To make it nice and heavy, yeah. Right? They're like, oh, this needs to be 5.5 pounds. Let's just add some pebbles in there. That's really funny. Why do I put nuts in the fridge? Oh, that's a good question. So nuts they just stay fresher. So it's a little bit weird, but nuts can grow mold toxins really easily. And some people are reactive with mold toxins. So I've had some allergy tests done, and I'm actually not that reactive to mold. So nuts don't bother me that much, but some people digestively, nuts can really bother them, other than having, like, of course, a diverticulitis or something like that. But so just keeping them in the fridge just reduces the amount of mold that they grow. It's weird. They get stale too pretty easily. So what I typically do, I'll show you this. So sometimes they come in these bins, and we get the cashews from Aldi, and then this says cashews, but there are almonds in here. So we keep these, and then this kind of gives it a nice airtight seal. And then we keep these little bins in our pantry. And then when we're done, we just refill them with the bag of the cold nuts. All right, cool, yay. Okay, so that just rang, And it actually does smell like these are actually maybe done. So let's move these. I don't have a lot of place to put things, so it's kind of okay. I'm gonna put these on my stove. I've got my thing here. Oh wow, see, these look really good. I think they're done, and they're probably gonna keep cooking a little bit even after I pull them out. So I'm going to pull them. Okay. Here's where it gets tricky. I like them a little bit brown, so I'm actually going to just leave them in there for like 3 more minutes. It's how my face gets so red when I go inside the oven. So yeah, they're almost done. So that was actually like maybe 20-minute cooking time. Let's see if there's anything else in my pantry. Let's just kind of show you my pantry here. So we just got this little cupboard. When we bought the house, we don't have a lot of cabinet space. You can actually see like our cabinets. This is how far my hand goes on our cabinets. Like I have to use a step stool to get to the top of my cabinet. So it's not super convenient to like store food in there. So it's kind of weird, but oh, this is good stuff. So we found that this was a good find at Aldi. It's Basmati brown rice. So I'm going to be using this a lot on my next Get Fit 21 challenge because I am not going to be using any pasta or white rice or anything like that. So going with the brown rice on that. Also, oh, this looks really good. We haven't tried this. We've had this for a while though, but earthly grains quinoa and garlic and basil. So I love quinoa too. So good. Quinoa actually has some protein in it. So that's always good. And what else? What else? Yeah, a lot of canned stuff. I got some salsa. I've got some beans, chickpeas. I don't know. A lot of good stuff. I don't know if you guys like salsa, but this is like the best. Like, look how gigantic this jar is, right? It's almost as big as my head. 15 calories per serving of salsa. You know, salsa does have sugar, but not that much. So salsa is also like a really good thing to add to things to give you flavor, and it's generally pretty low in calorie. So that's the one we get from Aldi. They have a mild, that one's medium. The one thing I will say about it though is like it's a little I feel like sometimes I'll get the medium and I'm like, ooh, that's got some kick, like some spice. And then other times I'll get the medium and I'm like, oh, this could be hotter. So I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if it's my taste buds or I don't know if it's like actually something that changes with the recipe from time to time. Do you cook with egg beaters? Oh, are you talking about like the carton of the egg, like egg substitute, like the egg white beaters? I have done that. Most recently though, I just use eggs because I like to get the whole yolk and everything, generally because I'm only eating protein in the morning, so I don't eat any carbohydrates in the morning generally. So yeah, so I just do basically whole eggs. But yeah, egg beaters are good because if you don't want to eat the yolk, or if you just like don't want to mess with the cleanup and the mess of cracking eggs, they're really a really good option. I love eggs, but he can't eat them. Oh no, Sasha can't eat eggs. Well, bummer. I'll have to do something. Can you? I wonder. Can you eat like eggs in things like baked goods and stuff? Because I've got some recipes for some baked goods, but I do put eggs in those. All right, let's try this again, guys. I'm pretty sure these are done. They really smell done. Oh yeah, there we go. They're like brown around the edges a little bit. Some of these guys, they kind of puffed up over the edges like an egg cupcake. Here we go. All right. So here they are. Whoa. All right, so you can kind of see there. Try not to drop my phone inside. So we've got a little brown around the edges there. And again, they are going to keep cooking a little bit. eggs tend to keep cooking even after you kind of put them on your plate, which is interesting. Like they hold the heat. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't like your eggs super, super cooked, not me. I want them like rubbery, like no runniness at all, because that just grosses me out. But yeah, they are something that's they're gonna like keep cooking just a little bit after you pull them out. So you're gonna want to let them cool, obviously, before you try and cut them out of there. So I'm gonna grab a cooling rack that I can put those on because I'd rather not. They're going to take forever to cool if you leave them on top of the oven. So grabbing this here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is really fun. I didn't have a guest this week, so I was like, well, what can I do? And I thought, well, I can kind of just show you around my kitchen and give you a cooking demo. So I hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to enjoy these. I'm getting out for a walk today. It's not raining yet, so hopefully we can meet up. I've been meeting up with a walking group. If anybody's interested, we are going to meet at Centennial Park here at 9 o'clock. So I have just enough time to throw my shoes on and go. And these will be waiting for me when I get back. Nice and perfect. I'm ready to eat. So thanks again for joining me today. Remember to like and subscribe. Go to Ron Harlow Media if you're not there already. Like the page so you get all of our notifications and shows. Cheeky Mom, she's on Erin Alice. She's awesome. We've been doing like a fitness and healthy living challenge, her, me, and Ron. So that's awesome. They've been really, really rocking it. So like congratulations to them. Oh, so exciting. So Erin's great. She's on at 10 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. Ron, of course, you can catch him here 4 to 6 every day. Matt Baker has his show in one of those afternoons too. He's our financial guy. And yeah, so really just happy to bring you all this, stuff we do here on Ron Harlow Media, all good folks, and support us and ask about sponsorships if you want to get mentioned on the air as well. So I will see you later. I'm going to catch that walk and I'll let you know how these turned out. Probably pretty good. All right. Bye.